Hello and welcome back to another episode of Boston College Dynasty here on College Football 26. In this episode, we're going to wrap up the regular season, starting off with this conference matchup against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They are a slightly higher overall team, although that doesn't really mean too much. We've beaten like Clemson, for example. Obviously, they didn't have their star quarterback, whatever. They still had an equal quarterback to us. And they had a 90 overall team, like so many stars around them, and we still won that game in the trenches. You don't know what's going to happen until it does, obviously. We are currently ranked number 8 in the nation, 9-1 on the year. We've had some pretty crazy blowouts, and for that reason, I have adjusted the gameplay sliders. I have not changed a ton. I'm going to move QB accuracy down to 45, I think. Grayson James is just too accurate. I might move these other sliders down more. I don't want to be too overreactive to the game. I think run blocking can come down and pass blocking can come down to 45 as well. These ratings, like the sliders, it doesn't make your players play worse necessarily if you have really good players. It just makes there a noticeable difference between the better overall players and not. We haven't allowed that many sacks. Our O-line is good, but we face some seriously scary pressure all season, and I don't feel like it's ever really impacted us. Again, with the missed throws, just hasn't been a thing from Grayson James at all. I do like the catching, the ball security, all this stuff I feel is fine. We're probably a little bit better in coverage than we should be, and same with tackling, so I've moved that down a little bit. I'm going to probably bump that down to 45 as well. And the only other change I made was run blocking to 55 for the CPU, and I might even move this up to 60. I looked at the stats, and we were like the second or third in the nation in rushing yards allowed or whatever, so that was obviously a cause for concern. Not that I think that our team sucks or anything, but like when your left edge is a 72 overall and your right edge is a 76, and then your D tackles, again, 76, 77, whatever it may be, I just think there's something going on, you know? One final thing to clear up here is Grayson James had like 2 gloves on his hands. It doesn't matter, but that's not what he wears in real life. Like, I looked it up. This accessory set is a lot closer to what he wore last year as the part-time QB, whatever you want to call him. And Dylan Lonergan, the starter in real life, I've got him with this set just to give these guys a little bit more personality, make them look how they look in real life. Dylan Lonergan, I haven't really talked a lot about him. His accuracy is a little underdeveloped for a sophomore with a red shirt, so a true junior. So I wanted to give him 1 year to develop, and what I mean really is to accrue skill points so that I can upgrade him how I want to. I mentioned it in like a couple episodes ago, but I want the off-season training to be customized. I want to develop the players. Obviously, I'm going to be the one playing with them. I would like to spend those points. During the season, it's going to be on auto progress. I want them to be able to spend their points that they earn through the season. However, I don't need control of that. I also think Dylan Lonergan's injury, 83, that's like super low. So I feel like there's a lot to really polish with his game. Obviously, 92 throw power is phenomenal. I'm not going to discount that whatsoever. Grayson James, also, just to be for real, has been playing phenomenally. There's no real reason to want to switch off of him. But that health, I mean, the injury is a lot better. The speed is not too different. He also has like way better carrying, like 74 versus like 60 something. 74 carrying isn't great, but it doesn't mean that you're going to fumble on a sack, you know? So the ball security matters. Throw power, it's a little lower. Honestly, Grayson James's accuracy aren't even that much better. If we look at them side by side, Grayson James has 1 better short, 5 worse medium, 2 better deep, 1 less throw on the run, slightly better throw under pressure, less break sack, but the carrying 74 versus 58 is a big deal. That matters a lot to me, at least. That's why Grayson James got the start. If the talent gap doesn't separate things, I do like to prioritize seniors, upperclassmen in general. Lonergan, again, is going to get the start next year over any freshman that we draft. And I'm not going to pretend that results don't matter, because that's ultimately, again, why Grayson James has kept the starting job. 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 2,400 yards, 77% completion, average 8.5 yards per play. I mean, you want me to sit him? I'm not going to sit him. He's playing out of his mind, and it's his last year. Like, I'm going to send this man off. Georgia Tech had a pretty interesting schedule. They won a very close game against Colorado, 42-37. They whooped an FCS team. They lost to Clemson. This was before Cade Klubnik got hurt. Then they whooped Temple. They really stomped Wake Forest. They barely beat Virginia Tech. They lost pretty bad to Duke. They whooped Syracuse. They whooped NC State. They're a top 15 team. We are a top 10 team. If we win this game, not only do we almost assuredly secure the conference, which I don't even know if I've talked about the conference standings in this episode yet, but we are ahead of Louisville now. 5-1 record is tied. Our overall record is better. I'm sure the tiebreaker is just alphabetical order, which Boston College, you're going to beat most schools. But obviously, if we lose this game and Louisville doesn't lose their matchup, then we are possibly out of the conference game altogether. So we want to make sure that we can win. That's very important. This is our last game in conference play. It's 7 games. And then we play Syracuse. So both of those are going to be in this episode. We're going to get right into this game against Georgia Tech. Why are these their away jerseys? I hate when they do this. Like, you're going to have us wear these and them wear these. What are we doing? I'm going to wear the double maroon just to match with their white and gold. Boys are hyped, as they should be. Touch that eagle, boys. It's good luck. Touch that eagle. Ah, that's so sick. I love that intro. The crew is ready. We're at home. This is probably the biggest game of the season. And we are going to start by kicking off. And we are underway. Alumni Stadium is popping. Look at the crowd. I'm realizing now I never actually looked at the Georgia Tech roster. So, whoops, my bad. Haynes King. He is their senior quarterback. He's got 91 speed. He is incredibly mobile. He's got a decent arm. He's got pretty polished accuracy. His throw on the run is a 97. But I'd say he's pretty polished, an 86 overall. I mean, dual threat sums it up perfectly. So Haynes King and then Jamal Haynes, the two Haynes guys. Jamal is a 92 speed, 97 acceleration halfback. Not exactly what you call a bruiser. Only 73 trucking, but change of direction 93 agility, 85 break tackle. I mean, he is a monster. He's also a senior, and we're going to have to worry about him. I mean, he's elusive as all hell. 90 spin move, 92 juke move. Carrying's only a 78, though, so maybe if we hit stick him, play him physical, as long as we don't give any open ground to him, we'll be all right. Chad Alexander is the backup, and J.P. Powell is the freshman. All of these guys could contribute today, though. I mean, you could seriously see any of these dudes make an impact. Eric Rivers, the senior wide receiver, is probably their best player. They also have Malik Rutherford. Both senior wide receivers are nasty. 90-plus speed, 94, 95 acceleration, 95, 93 agility, 92, 93 change of direction. Like, these guys are monsters. They're both great playmakers. Incredibly hard to bring down. Look at the jukes and spins. Like, oh my God, these guys are like wide receivers, but running backs as well. They just have that additional skill set. Neither of them are like super tall. Dean Patterson is, definitely. They also have DeBron Gatling, number 13. I'm sure he'll be on kickoffs. He looks nasty. Luke Whiting and Brett Seether are going to be their tight ends. Their line starts off with Ethan McKinney, pretty average tackle. Then we get to Keelan Rutledge, 90 overall senior. Definitely another member of this team that's going to get drafted. And then we have a 67 overall center, and then an 81 overall guard, Joe Fusel, and then a 79 overall tackle, Malachi Carney. So there's one really, really solid player, and then a bunch of kind of mid guys and one really bad guy in their line. On the opposite side, their front isn't anything to attack, but it's not exactly something that we should be intimidated by either. EJ Lightsey is going to be their Sam. Their Mike is going to be Kyle Efford. Jason Temple, wow, they do not have a lot of guys at the will position. 66 overall. I mean, their linebacker room is pretty weak, but it's not necessarily a big enough weakness that we can exploit it. They've got pretty good corners on the outside, too. 5 very, very good players. The 2 seniors, Amari Harvey and Rodney Shelley, are going to be on the outside. They also have a bunch of capable backups here, so the secondary is not weak at all. Clayton Powell-Lee, very talented player. Amar Daniels, probably going to be that nickel guy, but maybe Clayton is. Either way, Christian Pritchett is a very good safety. Very good's a bit of a stretch, but he's raw. They got a lot of kickers and punters, long snappers, whatever. You see it. But Haynes King out here, ready to take the first snap of the game. Martinez is all over that, and we're not going to let the running back gain more than 1. And here we are, 2nd and 9. Oh, the blocking. You can already tell it's different. That right guard playing left guard made that hole huge. Haynes King. Play action to Jamal Haynes. Blackwell's going to sit down on that, and we are going to wrap up for a gain of 3. All right, 2nd and 7. We're pretty much covering everything. He's going to throw it away. 3rd and 7 after the throwaway. They are in the empty. Blackwell over the middle. Haynes King making adjustments at the line, and he's going to take a deep shot. I'm not clicking on, so whatever happens, happens, and we make the play. I mean, Eric Rivers one-on-one, I was terrified. But we get the pass break up, great coverage on the play, and instead we're going to take over probably at the 11. Jordan McDonald is going to be highlighted. He did have a very, very good game last week, 127 and 3 touchdowns. So Grayson James, first game without the gloves, puts that finger up for God. And we're off to a great start as Jordan McDonald gets us a first. Worked well the first time. Let's do it again. McDonald, another carry. He's going to fall forward and gain 8. Oh, no. Jaden Skeet is hurt. On a blocking play, too. That is just brutal. And here we are, 2nd and 2. The blocks do not hold up this time, and we go nowhere. Nate Johnson is going to sub in for Skeet, at least until Skeet's feeling good enough to return. We're going to get that to our guy, Lewis Bond, and he's going to hold on for the first. Skeet is already back out here. That is kind of funny. So 1st and 10. Not seeing a lot, but Grayson James sees a whole lot of room to run. Oh, that's a pitiful juke, but he gets all the way to the 37. 1st and 10. We've got a very interesting set of routes. Lewis Bond's going to be the one to get it, and he is loose all the way inside the red zone. 1st and 10. James misses Bond. There's the accuracy. Brings us now to 2nd and 10. McDonald has a lot of green to run, and he gets all the way to the 5. 1st and goal. We're going to get that to Detrell. I mean, he was wide open. That's what we like to see. We are on the board, celebrating with the team. And that extra point is up and good. So we take a 7-0 lead against Georgia Tech. Things are off to a good start. Nate Johnson trying to wrap up on the kick return. Can't. KP Price is going to be blitzing on the edge here. I'm not sure if they're ready for it. They run away from it, but they still go backwards. That was Amar Thornton on the tackle. Still going to be using Price over the middle. Oh, King keeps it. I forgot he could move, and he's going to get a first. 1st and 10. King with the empty backfield. He made an adjustment at the line. Not sure exactly what it was. Doesn't work. He's going to have to throw it away. Thornton is going to be coming off the edge here again. Let's see if they're ready. They are, actually, and they're going to get the first. Now KP Price going to be blitzing off the left side, and the running back picks him up. They're able to get 6 on a little catch. Georgia Tech is moving. They are finally in rhythm, and they are driving. That is a real handoff. Wow, the blocking is just so much better, even though their center sucks. I don't think we've been run on like this all season, so that is certainly something. Jalen Blackwell can't wrap up, and we hit stick him, but he gets the first. 1st and 10. We're going to send heavy pressure again. None of it's getting there. Oh, what a play! I try not to, show these replays that often, but this one, I mean, King sees the guy wide open. And if this wasn't the red zone, he gets burnt for a touchdown. But he doesn't really come across the field. So it gives Amari Jackson the time to just jump in front of the route and cut it off. But in real time, I mean, that's a sick play. So shout out to Amari Jackson, and shout out to Jaden Skeet, who's about to get a lot of yards here, first down and more. Last play of the quarter coming up, and we're going to get it over the middle. Jeremiah Franklin can't hang on. Now this has got to be the last play of the quarter. We're going to fit that up, and, well, that's the end of the quarter. 7-0 us still. McDonald and Jamal Haynes, I mean, they're both amazing runners. Two of the best running backs in the ACC. Point blank period. Here we are, 3rd and 7. I really don't like anybody. Wow, that was terrible. I really thought Reed Harris would come back to it, but that's going to be a turnover. Right after we get the interception, we're going to give one up. Right here, we roll out. I see Reed Harris kind of coming over the middle, and obviously this is not a good throw. He does somehow get his feet set, but obviously comes out wobbly, got hit on the throw, and they pick it off. Cam Martinez in zone here. Who am I kidding? We're going to use Blackwell. It's 1st and 10. There's a lot going on there, but we're going to be able to wrap them up. Only gained 6. King is the type of quarterback who's just going to take what the defense gives him, and here we gave him nothing. 3rd and 4. Lot could happen here. It's not going to be a run, thank God. Blackwell, and they get there. Wow, what a play. It's 4th and 4, and they are not going to kick the field goal. I thought we were going to force them to take the 3. They are going for it. And, I mean, like, I totally see why. We're not going to try and tackle him in the flat at all. Easy conversion for him, and they're still driving. They got him in motion here. And it's going to be another handoff to the quarterback, and he loses one. Handoff to the quarterback. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever. 2nd and 1. Amar Thornton's coming off the edge. They've picked this up, but the pressure does get there eventually. Edwin Kalenge is credited with at least the initial sack. Probably going to give him half, but it brings us to 3rd and 18. They are actually going to run it. That's crazy. They only gained 5, and it looks like they actually will take the field goal this time. This is no easy kick, though, and we're not going to block it. Well, they made it look easy. So the turnover only results in 3. I mean, that's good, I guess. Let's see if Nate Johnson can get us some free points. Not this time. 1st and 10. Lot going on here. We just didn't have time. Almost threw another pick. The pressure is immense. Very, very distracting. And, wow, we're just not going to block at all. That's so sick. 3rd and 12. We are going to get that over the top. Jaden Skeet makes another play, and he's not done. Tries to take it all the way to midfield. Phenomenal play. And we're going to get this on the counter to McDonald. He'll fall forward for 2. 2nd and 8. We got 2 tight ends out there. I didn't like what either of them are doing. I swear if that was intercepted, I would have lost it. Here we are, 3rd and 8. We're going to get it to Reed Harris, and he can't hang on. Sick. I'm a maniac with going for it on 4th down, but 4th and 8, I'm not going to do it. The punt is terrible. The blocking is great for them, and they're actually going to take over the 27. I do feel like my stance on punting would be different if I felt like we had like a punter that actually was good. Actually held Haynes to a run of 3 there, so that was cool. And they're going to run a play action. I was trying to just bump him a little, but they complete the pass and get all the way to midfield. Amari Jackson made the interception earlier, and we're going to have him blitzing off the edge here, and his pressure didn't really do a ton, but we get the TFL. Owen Stoudemeyer made the play, and now KP Price is going to be blitzing, and it gets it perfectly right to the run, and we hold him to a gain of 1. 3rd and 10, play action again. We're all over it with Blackwell. This we are not all over, but we knock it out of his hands. Now we're getting a punt here. Not going to get a return for the 2nd time. This time goes out at the 25. 1st and 10. They aren't really ready for the Jaden Skeet RPO, and he gains 8. 2nd and 2. We're going to get it to McDonald on a run. Somehow he breaks through that and gets the 1st. 1st and 10. We're going to get that out to Ingram. We missed the throw. I feel like every single drive we've seen the change of the slider. Like, you see the impact of what I changed today. And we're going to get that to Harris. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. Brings us to 3rd and 8. I'm going to let the clock go a little bit. I'm going to run a little screen here to Detrell. And, yeah, blocks don't hold. They're going to call a timeout. And 4th and 10. That's as long of a punt as we're going to get. Oh, did we touch him? No diddy, but, like, seriously, that cannot happen. Yeah, I got it. Give them the 15 yards. All right, 1st and 10. They're in way better field position. This could come back to haunt us. It already looks like it's going to, as they're going to use their second timeout. So 27 seconds, 1st and 10. They bring him in motion, and he's going to keep it. That's a horrible play call. Like, I love a good QB run, don't get me wrong, but you have your final timeout wasted for a gain of absolutely nothing. So lucky to get out of bounds, although they don't give him credit for getting out of bounds. 3rd and 4, we're going to send pressure, and it gets through. Sick. That's exactly what we needed to happen there. They're going to attempt a super long field goal. It's at least 50 for sure. Could be closer to 58? And he drills it? What? That's crazy. I might have to turn the kick power down because 58? I mean, it barely squeaked through, but it wasn't like their guy had like 99 kick power. Normally you knee it down. I don't want to take the negative yards, so we're going to do this instead. McDonald's going to pad the stats and get 6, but that is going to take us to halftime. A very odd game so far. 7-6 is the score. Looking at the team stats, it's fairly even. We've pounded the ground a little bit harder, but somehow their time of possession is more. And kickoff is upon us. Thank goodness that we get the ball. To give up that kick and then have to give them the ball, it would have swung the momentum completely. 1st and 10. Not good field possession, but it won't matter because we have Jaden Skeet. His jukes are lethal, and he gets to the 34. We're going to give Detrell a carry. I feel like we haven't done that this game, and we're going to let him fall forward for 4. 2nd and 6. A lot of different routes here, but Detrell was the one I was looking at. Nobody over the middle for him. He jukes his way to the 30. Huge play. Huge play by Detrell. Huge play by Detrell Jones. Sets us up beautifully. McDonald can't slip through. He actually loses one. 2nd and 11. I'm spinning the block on it. McDonald still only gains 2. 3rd and 9 now. We're going to get that out to our boy Jeremiah Franklin. He falls forward to 4th and 1. I mean, realistically, this is where I like to not take my 3. Are we serious? I don't have it. I'm speechless. I have nothing to say about that. That was awful. What a play. Doesn't catch it, but still, crossbody throw. Haynes King is a baller. Probably not going to make it to be like a starter or anything at the other level, but ooh, nice hit. 3rd and 5, we're going to send pressure, and they're pretty ready for it. They go out to the flat, but we wrap up. It's now 4th and 3, and we force a punt. So a defensive slugfest today. Gotta feel great about it, though. Nate Johnson's got to track it down, but he's got a lot of room to run here. Going to give him a juke. Oh, my gosh. Nate Johnson almost broke that. 1st and 10. I'm going to the well. McDonald gains 7. He's been mostly great. I mean, 2 bad runs isn't going to turn me away from him. You know, it's just not how I roll. He's going to get a first down there. 1st and 10. Another 2 tight end set. And I don't love that. We're just going to have to throw it away. 2nd and 10. Should be different this time, and it is. Detrell has it, and he is loose. I mean, 1st and more, all the way inside the red zone. 1st and 10 in a goal line package, and we're going to get 6. 2nd and 4, going to bring Detrell in motion. Jet sweep, and we get the first, but there's a flag, and Jaden Skeet blocking the back. Sick. Yeah, holding, whatever. 2nd and 14. We're going to get that to our boy Skeet, and he redeems himself. 3rd and 3. Oh my God, we didn't block him. Brings us to 4th and 1 again. You think I'm taking my 3? I saw what happened the last time I did that. You're going to give me this 4th and 1, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. 1st and goal, handoff to Trell. The block's set up, and he's in. 2nd touchdown of the day. This one is on the ground. By far the most impactful player of the game so far. Amari Jackson was nice, but now we've got a full touchdown lead. Thornton off the edge, and he's able to help Blackwell make that tackle. Only 1 on the run, so we're going to send Thornton on a blitz again. This time, he's not going to do much, and the RPO gains 7. 3rd and 2, pretty big possession here. They're going to bring this man in motion. They fake it to him, and Blackwell's all over that. You know who he's not all over? The running back streaking down the middle. That's not who he threw it to, though. So before the 3rd quarter's even over, we are going to have a punt come our way. Johnson doesn't really have much to do with it, but I'll let him gain like 3 or 4. 1st and 10, keeping it simple. And we're going to get it to Detrell. He gets 8 on the catch and run. And that is going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Heading down the final stretch, we hold a 14-6 lead. Defense has played incredible against a top 15 opponent. Again, major playoff implications in this game. We're going to have to finish strong if we want a chance at the ACC championship. 2nd and 2. We're going to get a handoff to McDonald. He falls forward and gets hurt with the 1st down. 1st and 10. So many different routes. Jeremiah Franklin is able to get it and gain 7. We do love Turbo Richard, and what we don't love is blocking for anybody. 3rd and 4. We're going to get it to Lewis Bond. Haven't gone his way a lot today. I mean, look at him fight for yards. Gets all the way to the 30. Lewis Bond is just a superhero. He carries our offense. Him and Jaden Skeet, honestly. Oh, my God. The blocking is so bad. I turned pass block down by like 5. And it just immediately cannot handle it. Yeah, the blocking, it's horrible. Whatever. 3rd and 12, it's just not realistic to gain a 1st down here unless we, push it with the run. We get 9 there, and I'm satisfied. I want to settle for a field goal. It would give us a 2-score lead, and we nail it. 1 for 2 on field goals. Not great, but that one was the one we needed badly. So it's now 17-6, and there's only 6 minutes left in the game. It would be a historic collapse if we found a way to blow this game, but we're not trying to let that happen here, are we? King making more adjustments at the line, sends a man in motion, and they're going to throw it out to him. Nobody was with him, and yeah, he's going to get a 1st. Jamal Haynes making plays. We knew this was going to be happening, him and King. Stars of this offense. They send him in motion, and King gets baited. Oh, what? I was there the whole time. I held triangle. I really don't understand. Like, seriously, look at how well Blackwell covers him here. He's all over him. Somehow the ball gets perfectly thrown. He doesn't lead him. He throws it behind him. I mean, what a play by Haynes King. You have to assume he did that on purpose. I mean, there's no way someone's that lucky. And here we are on 1st and 10. We bat it down at the line. That's stuff we love to see. 2nd and 10 now. Haynes King brings another guy in motion. They are doing a lot of trickery, but it's a play action, and we're going to wrap up. Blackwell on the tackle. 3rd and 9 now. Empty set. King. Not sure what he's thinking here. Amar Thornton's got it. Oh, I thought he could juke him out, but that's the game. Insane play by Amar Thornton. Again, didn't click on, didn't make him do it. He jumped the route all on his own, and now we're trying to run the game out. Detrell gets 4. We're putting that shoe clock on. I don't care. 2nd and 6. I don't love the way that's set up. We only gain 1. 3rd and 5. We're going to get it to Lewis Bond, and he gets us to 4th and 1. I mean, come on, man. There's no way I'm punting this. 2 guys pressed up on the outside. There's just no shot. Jaden Skeet gets the first down, sits down, and they call a timeout. 1st and 10 after that. We're going to send Skeet in motion, and we're just going to hand it off. We should have sent it to Skeet. Once again, they're putting a lot of pressure out there. I'm just going to throw it up for Bond. Oh, my God, he's so disgusting. If the game wasn't over before, I mean, it is now. Sick catch by Lewis Bond. A throw that had no business happening. And that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute timeout, whatever. 2 minutes left in the game. That's the gist of it. And 2nd and 9, we are going to get it to Detrell. He falls over. Skeet's hurt again. And that looked like his ribs, not his back. He had back spasms earlier from carrying the team. Whatever. It's 3rd and 3, and McDonald is going to fall forward, get us the first. That is going to seal it. This time, I will happily knee down the ball. And that'll take us to the end of the game. 17-6 is going to be the final. It's one of the more unique games on the channel for sure. Defensive slugfest. I mean, we could have blown him out. Detrell Jones is player of the game. 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. He made a lot of impact plays. So starting, look at Grayson James, 23 of 31, 74% completion percentage. Changing the accuracy slider clearly had no effect on him. 235, 1 touchdown, 1 wobbly duck. I should have just thrown it away. Gave him another interception. Jordan McDonald, 83 yards on 16 attempts, 5 per carry. Detrell had the touchdown. He was a little less efficient, though, 8 of 35. Jaden Skeet, 6 of 80. Didn't get a touchdown. Detrell did, though. I mean, that's why he was the player of the game. Lewis Bond was nasty, 5 for 79. No sacks allowed still. Line is doing its job. I felt it was a little bit more realistic, though, on the blocking today. Obviously, Amar Thornton and Amari Jackson both had the picks. Kalenge and Willie Malone combined for the sack. 3 TFLs from Kalenge. Blackwell, Malone, Stoudemire, Thornton, and Martinez and Jackson all had a TFL. Haynes King was held in check, to say the least. 15 of 26, 131, 57% completion percentage, 2 interceptions. They had 2 field goals. That's all they scored. Haynes was effective, but not dominant. King, we kept in check as a runner. I think for Haynes to have 2 20-plus yard runs and only have 54 total yards on 8 attempts, we feel okay about that. He just didn't get to run the ball a lot. Like, we've been putting teams in a position where they need to pass, so they're not running the ball as much. It's not to say that our run defense is anything crazy. It's just the way we dominate to start games. It's putting these teams in a hole. None of their receivers went crazy. Jamal Haynes was very good. Malik Rutherford was good. Eric Rivers only had 1 catch for 8 yards. I mean, we clamped it down. Their best lineman was the one who allowed the sack. That's really funny. But that feels great. I mean, 17-6 victory there. You got to love that. We are going to level up, too, so that's cool. Get some extra points to spend. So I don't know what 2 position groups I want to get the training boost. We already have blocking, O-line. We already have QBs and O-line locked in. I think at a certain point we have to get the D-line involved. Our secondary is pretty bad right now, so I'd like to spend 1 on secondary, and I would like linebackers too. I feel like that's pretty balanced, like linemen on the offensive side and the quarterback, and then the skill players of the defense. Then I say we go D-line and then running backs. Obviously, this doesn't do anything. I need to get 16 more points to be able to get either one of these to the offseason training boost. But those are the ones we're going to want to do next. So no harm in doing it now. Without any further ado, though, we are going to sim it to the next week. No commitments happen. We've got a lot of visits happening this week. 2 very good safeties. We are now the number 6 ranked school. Bunch of guys that are still thinking about transferring, though. I mean, that's their loss. We're going to go into recruiting and do this quickly here. We have 40 hours to spend. You already know, if you've been watching this series, Stevie Finger, Quandre Cotton, Joey Fantuz, Brian Vernon, Sean Griggs, and Ryan Silverman have all committed. Joel Olaseni is just teasing us right now, but he should commit after this week unless anything crazy changes his mind. I mean, he watched us whoop SMU, So we've already got our visit impact, but if anything, Maryland would be the one to jump, and we're not going to talk about that. Javon Larkin watched us just win against Georgia Tech, so that's awesome. Should be securing his commitment soon. Alex Barbosa, elite dev safety, 3-star gem. We love to see that. We already have a good pitch going for him. The visit, I believe, is this week. Maybe we can secure that commitment. Tim Smith also visiting this week. He has impact dev, but still 3-star gem. I mean, I feel okay about that. Philip Ring. Cannot schedule a visit for him. We've just sent the house. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. Connor Jefferson needed our playing style, meaning throwing yards, to be better, and I completely forgot about it. Connor Jefferson is obviously 91 throw power, 85, 85, 81, 88 speed, 85 excel. This guy's going to be sick right off the bat. We need to get our passing yards up in this next game. Our lives depend on it. I'm going to sway this and see if I can't get the A conference prestige, and then I'll just soft sell the one that has all three. Improving our pitch for Brad Kane. I think we're just going to have to keep the send the house on him. Calvin McDuffie, don't love that. I mean, none of these guys are going to be able to get a visit. So I'll cut to the chase, and I'll throw some points on Denbo. I mean, Maka Tenuta, honestly, I'd rather just throw 50 on him right now as a placeholder for what we're going to give to Jefferson if we can flip this deal breaker. That's all I'm going to do with these hours. So we're going to sim ahead to week 14. Obviously, it's a weird bye week 13, but we did get a commitment. Joel Olaseni is on the squad. Javon Larkin, another big addition. We're still very good on most of these guys. We're actually somehow now the number 5 school, even though we didn't play. And that's going to bring us into recruiting one last time. Javon Larkin and Joel Olaseni committing adds us to the 29th recruiting class. We have 8 4-stars. Somehow that puts us behind SMU because they have 11 3-stars. I don't think that matters. When we add a bunch of 3-stars, they're going to be guys worth adding. I feel very good about all of that, though, the way everything is going. I feel very good about hard selling this. Even there's a C- in there. The A+ makes it way better. And then we'll just throw a DM their way. Obviously, Jefferson's still not good on that. The soft sell worked, so we are going to hard sell the gamer. So that gets us 2 A's instead of an A and 2 C's. And then again, throw a DM his way. O'Shaughnessy still doesn't really have a lot shown. C+ and B- is cool, especially if it's with a better grade as well. Yeah, if it's this with playing time and an A-, that would be really special. It's the only pitch that's available that includes those, so I'm just going to send the house on it and hope that it works. Hard sell it, I mean, not send the house. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, those guys, I should have tried to stay on their board more. This D-tackle, was he really that bad? I mean, he's not great, but we really need people at the position. So we'll hard sell. DeMarco Bascombe, Eric Charles, Earl Cunningham, all would have been cool additions, but it's not something I'm going to worry about. Spent the rest of the points on Tavares Cho and Stephen Bullock. Just scouting them, I threw Tavares a scholarship. Don't think it's going to amount to much. And now we'll get into the preview of our game against Syracuse. Syracuse, 3-8 on the year, 1-6 in conference play. Technically, they're higher overall than us. That's what we said about Georgia Tech, too, though. So you got to keep it all with a grain of salt, if you will. Syracuse started off with a big win against Tennessee, and that was honestly the peak of their season. They lose to UConn 28-48. They whoop an FCS team. Cool. You got smacked by Clemson. You got smacked by Duke. You beat SMU, who I guess was a ranked team. But those are your 3 wins. You lose to Pitt, you lose to Georgia Tech, you lose to North Carolina, you lose to Miami, you lose to Notre Dame, and now you've got the highest ranked opponent so far, number 5 in the nation, Nothing too crazy, but this is a trap game. It's a rivalry game. We have to play at Syracuse. I mean, it's just not boding well. Steve and Jelly is part of the reason why their season has been so terrible. 50% completion, only 14 tutties to 10 interceptions. They just don't have anybody else really on the roster who could play. I mean, Ricky Collins could play. That's their quarterback situation. Yassine Willis has been pretty good, a lot better than Will Nixon in terms of yards per carry. He has 11 touchdowns on the ground, and Jelly is just not that guy. Somehow, Jonte Cook II, the true sophomore, has been producing. Not a lot of touchdowns, as we can see, but he's getting yards. Darrell Gill Jr. is also producing. Dan Villari is also playing very well. That's about it. Justice Ross Simmons is injured in his senior year, only playing 8 games. That sucks. As for blocking, their right side is pretty weak. Demetrius Weatherspoon's already allowed 10 sacks on the year. That's nuts. TJ Ferguson, Trivion Mack, Zach Rice, all normal sack numbers. Their impact players on the defense are really not that impactful. Their pass rush is brutally bad. Their best guy has 2 sacks. That's just not even funny. Deuce Chestnut is a part of a very good secondary. He has 3 picks. Demetrius Samuel Jr., Davian Kerr, and Devin Grant all have 1. David Reese, a very good edge player, 7 TFLs, only 1 sack. Deion Wilson has 6. Rashad Perry has 5. These numbers just are not going to cut it. And obviously they haven't cut it, which is why they're 3-8, 1-6 in their conference. But that's enough stalling. We're going to get right into it. A rough rivalry game on the road. Syracuse is going to wear their homes. We're going to wear our aways. Let's get it. Being in the top 5 is a scary thing. It's a trap game for sure. I don't think we would lose the conference championship, as we already are like 6-1 in conference play. But we could fall out of the playoff if we lose this one. To Syracuse, we absolutely could. And we are kicking off. Gotta love that. We are going to boot that one up. And we are underway. Final game of the regular season here. And Syracuse is going to take the field on offense first. I would love to, in this series, somehow get even. Making adjustments at the line. And he's going to throw it outside. Wow, drop. Amar Thornton is going to blitz off the edge on 3rd and 8. They pick it up perfectly, and we bat that pass away. And now we are going to get a punt. Nate Johnson is back to return it, and he's just going to fair catch. What else would he do? They're highlighting Lewis Bond, and for good reason. He is one of the impact players on the team. 1st and 10. And we're going to get it to the man, Lewis Bond. He'll get 5. Now Jordan McDonald going to get this carry, and he takes it all the way to midfield. 13-yard gain. Yeah, celebrate, King. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. McDonald's going to get the carry again, and the blocking does not want to hold up, but he's got 33 yards on 2 rushes. What else do you want him to do? Turbo Richard is in the game. That's crazy. Doesn't happen a lot. And for good reason. He's not as good. Blocking wasn't great. I'm not going to blame him on that. But brings us to 2nd and 8. We're going to get it to McDonald again. Blocks set up perfectly because they love him. And he gets another first. 45 yards on 3 carries. That's an average of 15 a rush. That's crazy. And, how is he not in? 1st and goal. Detrell Jones is in the backfield. That's hilarious. He's not going to vulture the touchdown, though. At least not on this play. Detrell is now going to get the jet touch, and he's going to get a loss of 3. 3rd and goal. Lewis Bond is a monster. You can't do anything to guard him. So after that, Selly, we're feeling great. 7 on the board. Another game where we just strike first. But in a rivalry game, it means a lot more. Syracuse starting it off with a little RPO, and they drop it again. This team is crazy. Are they tanking? I don't even know what that means in college sports. There's no reason to do it. Oh, man. That was a brutal opening there. The safeties just split. They're all the way to the 25-yard line. Got KP Price coming off the edge here. He's going to jump that snap a little bit. They still are able to gain 2 on the rush. 2nd and 8 now. They are going to actually hand it off, and Blackwell comes in to gain nothing. Cam Martinez is going to do nothing, but we gain nothing either. So now Syracuse going to have to settle for 3. They're on the far right hash, which is kind of a big deal, and they're still going to squeak it in. So they answer our touchdown with a field goal. We're still obviously up 4, but Syracuse is just letting us know they're not going to go down without a fight, which I love that. That's what we want to see, and Detrell can't get anywhere. 1st and 10. Detrell gets blocks. Wow. Big plays are happening this game all of a sudden. He's all the way to the 38. Not sure if Jordan McDonald just needs some rest or what, but Detrell gets another carry and another great result. Gains 9. Speak of the devil, Jordan McDonald has returned, and he is going to get another 1st down. And Jeremiah Franklin is hurt. Oh, no. Long season is clearly affecting everyone. 1st and 10, McDonald. I don't know how he gained 7 on that. 2nd and 3. We're going to get that to Zeke Moore, and he hangs on, but only gains 1. 3rd and 2. We're in the goal line, but to pass, yeah, we faked him out. Oh, what a horrible throw. All right, it's 4th and 2. We all know I'm not punting this. I'm also not kicking a field goal. Absolutely not. We're going to run it with Detrell. We're able to get that 1st down. That's what matters, and we're also able to get Lewis Bond the ball on a little jet sweep. He gains 6. And that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. 7-3, and we are looking to strike. 109 rushing yards tells the entire story. And again, we're trying to pass. 2nd and 4. We're going to get it out to Bond. Missed the throw again. 3rd and 4. Going to get it underneath. Skeet able to get it, and a 1st. 1st and 10. Skeet left wide open. Bond gets him a block, and Skeet gets inside the 5. Jordan McDonald, we're going to give him a handoff, an opportunity, and he gains 3. McDonald in the backfield again gets the carry, and he just can't get in. He's got touchdown-itis, but he is in the game again, and this time nobody's going to stop him. He's in. And again, with the Detrell Jones celly, but he does it slow, speed it up, pointing. Hell yeah. I call it the Detrell Jones celly, but it's not like anything special. It's just me, muscle memory, hitting L1 in the stick. Anyways, we're up 14-3, feeling good going towards the half. And again, for good reason. We're a top 5 team in the nation. Somehow we've only lost 1 game all season. And if we go 11-1 to start our 1st year, I mean, can you really even say anything about that? Oh, what a throw by Steven Jelly. 2nd and 8. Cam Martinez able to wrap up, and that's a loss of 2. 3rd and 10 now. Big possession here. Syracuse needs to score, and they are going to throw it over the middle. What a catch in double coverage. A lot of drops early, but Syracuse is holding on to the ones that matter. Send this man in motion. Fake that jet touch. They're going to go over the top, and they're just going to score. That's crazy. What a play that was. The wheel route is a nasty route. No disputing that. But good Lord, did that cook us. We were going from, like, amazing to awful in the span of 2 seconds. 1st and 10. Gonna get that to Bond. And somehow, I don't even know, gains 5. Bond's been hot. This is an opportunity to get him that ball again. And we're gonna do it. Bond barely doesn't get it. 3rd and inches. What? They really gonna call that grounding? Alright, man. What a momentum shift there. I mean, I knew this was gonna be a trap game for sure. I thought we didn't wrap up. That would have been awful. Stevie in the backfield. Oh, my God. That's got to be a pick. That was a big mistake there. We did not punish it, and it's now 3rd and 7. We left them the ability to throw that little screen, but it is going to force a 3 and out. It would be really cool if we didn't get pinned inside the 10, but oh, no, not realistically. We're going to get the ball at the 30. That's a 13-yard punt. I thought my punt was bad. That punt was way worse. We're going to get it to Jordan McDonald, and we're going to forget about that. Gain 4. 2nd and 6. Jaden Skeet got it. Gets that block downfield and gets to midfield. And 1st and 10. I don't like this at all. We're going to throw that away. Brings us to the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and 10. Reed Harris. Oh, man. That was nasty. The double air truck really put that cherry on top. Very funny play. McDonald gains 3. 2nd and 7. I don't like that. And Grayson James takes a sack. 3rd and 16. Not the start you want to the drive, but we float that up. Lewis Bond dropped it. I know that we have this sick quarterback prospect that we're going to lose because the game just won't let me throw the ball. And I know that I changed the setting, but oh my God, it's in your hands. There is no one within 3 yards. Why? Why do you not just bring it to your chest? Oh, that's so brutal. And it's 4th and 16. Like, we were talking field goal. Now it's inevitable punt. I mean, at least it's on the sideline, but they're going to get a return, take it past the 20. Not past it by much, I suppose, but it's 1st and 10. They're going to send him in motion, and we are all over that. We are all over that. How? I'm not doing an instant replay. I just refuse. We've done way too many so far, but that is just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, this is probably going to take us to the half. 3rd and 8. Whoa, this was scary. Oh, this is bad. 13 seconds, but they still have 2 timeouts. So realistically, we could give up 3 here. It literally happened last week in a very similar scenario. And this time, we're going to get a sack. They're still calling timeouts. Wow, that's a crazy throw and catch. And the kick is up. Yeah, I mean, these kicks are insane. I might have to lower the setting a little bit because I don't think I've seen the CPU miss. But it's 14-13 at the half in a trap game as we expected. Rivalry games like this always seem to go upset, so that's what we're trying to avoid. Obviously, that big play to the running back ruined it. But even with, the late rush there, oh, man, the lights are awful. What's going on here? This is terrible. I know the Stadium Pulse thing is a thing, but, is this just a whiteout? What is happening here? It's not going to stop me. I mean, Jordan McDonald is that guy. He gets to midfield. What is going on? I really have never seen this before, but it's fine. Jordan McDonald's going to continue to eat. All right, another day, another run. This one's with Detrell Jones, but still goes for 7. We're going to have Detrell get this again, and he just runs into a brick wall. 3rd and 4. We're going to get it out to Lewis Bond. Easy money. I seriously, I don't know how to fix this. If anybody in the comments knows, please let me know. Oh, my God. Jordan McDonald. He's in. He's had an insane game. I mean, he's just been that guy. And we are now up 21-13. So still up a whole touchdown. They'd have to score a 2-point conversion to tie as well. So it's a pretty secure lead. But at the same time, we've seen Syracuse can turn it on whenever they need to. 1st and 10. They go quick pass, and they gain 11. Are we playing whiteout survival? What is happening here? Whatever. They've spun off our guy, but they gain 4. We're sending a zone blitz. And they pick it up perfectly. They go underneath right to the guy. And they get the first down and are into our territory. I hope that this is going to be over in the 4th quarter, but it's really looking like this is going to be the reality for possibly the rest of the game. 2nd and 2 now. They are going to hand it off. They have to switch up the middle instead of to the outside because we brought the safety down. but it works out. Now 1st and 10 with the man in motion. They somehow get the screen pass off. Oh, look at that. It just clears up the lighting for them. All right, we've decided to return to slightly visible, so that's something, I suppose. They're going to flip it out, the running back. Cam Martinez, right place, right time, baby. That's another TFL. 3rd and goal. Biggest play of the game so far. They are going to hike it. And we sack them. Sick. Davian Crouch. Love that guy so much, man. So Syracuse is going to be forced to take their 3. It puts pressure on us still, though. All right, well, we're not making any improvements on the lighting. It's a dome, too. Like, there's no reason for any of this. Detrell Jones is going to be back here in the backfield. We're going to run him up the middle, and he's going to gain 5. 2nd and 5. And can we get that to Bond? We can. 3rd and 1. We're going to run it. McDonald, for whatever reason, can't move, and it's 4th and 2. But we're at our own 30, so there's 0% chance I'm going to be doing anything but sending that back. Oh, my God. We can't break anything. They're going to take over at our 44. So disgusting what's happening to us right now. The lighting, I mean, the offense, the defense, everything about it. It's just been bad. They're going to get 10 on that one. Final possible play here. Are they going to hike it? No, they're going to take it to the 4th. Wise decision, because we were sending heavy pressure. See, the lighting doesn't look bad in that. I don't understand why it's doing this glitch. It's so weird. All right, we've decided to not have the lighting thing. That's cool. Play action over the middle, we're looking. I can't believe they didn't just run it, but they get the 1st. They had to put their body on the line for that one, though, and we're sending heavy pressure again. They're all over it. And they get more than the 1st. They're in the red zone. Oh, we went off sides with Martinez. That really sucks because we had that run bottled. So easy 1st and 5 for them. We're going to wrap them up for a loss of 2. Still a very dangerous position here. They're going to throw it out to their guy. Blackwell tackles him. Gain of 6. 3rd and 1. Oh, Blackwell guessed wrong, and they're going to get a touchdown. That's so brutal. And it's Yassine Ellis. He's been killing us all game. Not sure why Syracuse wouldn't go up, try to go up 3, because we can take the lead with a field goal. So we're not going to take that out. We're just going to let that bounce. 1st and 10. We've got a lot of routes and not a lot of time to throw. We go down. No sack, though. 2nd and 10. We're going to get it to Ski. Ugh, he can't hang on. High throw. 3rd and 10. What do we got here? We got Bond. Not going to throw that anywhere near him. Awesome. So just like that, Grayson James has been terrible. I mean, exclusively when you need him, but that's kind of the most important time, no? 1st and 10. Syracuse is capable of just destroying this game. Oh, what? That's a clip right there. He just moonwalked all the way to the injury locker room. What just happened? So Stevie obviously takes this read option, gets popped. What is he doing? And then he just disappears. This is by far the craziest thing I've seen. What is he doing? Well, Ricky Collins is now in the game, and he's going to hand it off, and it's going to go nowhere. Don't worry, y'all. Steve just has leg cramps, and our pressure is going to get to Ricky Collins. He's going to take the sack, and we are going to force the punt. Now, I don't know what happens if Steve stays into the game there, but I do know that with him off the field, we forced a punt, and I'm very happy with that. We got Detrell Jones back there. We're going to run that outside, and he'll gain 4. Detrell is going to get a very similar handoff here, and it's just one of those where the hole is wide open. Everybody knows it, and you got to take it. 1st and 10. The run game is what's got us through the game so far. We'll gain 4 more. The passing game just hasn't been doing anything. At some point, you got to go with what's working. McDonald is what's working, and he's got another big run. 161 yards on 16 carries. That is just absolutely unheard of, man. There's nobody doing it like Jordan McDonald. Gets a 7-yard run. I mean, we're burning clock. We're walking them down. Again, a field goal wins us the game. We don't even need a touchdown. And Jordan McDonald is hurt after that first down. Awesome. That does stop the clock, too, which is unfortunate. But Turbo Richard falls forward for 4. Why is nobody covering Lewis Bond? I don't know. We didn't even really take advantage of it. 3rd and 5. We're going to get that out. Reed Harris can't hang on. All right. Well, this is not optimal, but we are going to take the 3. Wow. Did they just sell? I cannot believe. This is the second time this has happened. They almost blocked it, and instead they ran into the kicker. So instead of us being up 1, obviously I'm not going to say no. Jordan McDonald in the game here is awesome, and he's going to get forward, and that'll be the 2-minute timeout. 2nd and goal, McDonald is still out there. I don't know if we really want the touchdown, but we're going to get it. A lot of very interesting animations going on, but McDonald got in. I don't know how happy I am about it, though, because Syracuse has a lot of time, 3 timeouts to drive down the field. Obviously, they need a touchdown, but a touchdown is a win. 1st and 10, heavy blitz getting sent here. Blackwell gets picked up by the running back. He has plenty of time to throw, and they're going to call their first timeout. What is up with the CPU's clock management, man? It's just so bad. It's genuinely, unbearably bad. 2nd and 2, finally get that sack. 3rd and 8 now. Edwin Kalenge on the tackle. They send that running back in motion, which means there's no one to block Blackwell, and they're not going to get the first. They're obviously going to have to go for it. 4th and 6, game on the line. They're going to throw it to the tight end, and he gets it to midfield. That really sucks. Syracuse, 1 timeout left, a minute to go. Running back in motion again. And they go over the middle, and we wrap him up, but he gets the first. 2nd and 10, 54 seconds on the clock. Syracuse going to take a deep shot, please. Thank God. 3rd and 10. Blackwell going to be blitzing as well as another player, and we make that break up. It's now 4th and 10. It was Amar Thornton, by the way. I just couldn't remember who it was. He'll be blitzing again on this play, and they're going to have to throw it up. Amari Jackson breaks it up, and that's going to do it. Grayson James didn't really do a lot today, but he did enough to win. That's what matters. And we are going to take the rivalry matchup a lot closer than we would have wanted, but 28-23 is the final. Jordan McDonald, by far the player of the game. 182 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 20 carries. I mean, he was amazing. So the number 5 team stays with only 1 loss. We'll take a look at Syracuse's stats first. Stephen Jelly wasn't awful by any means. 73% completion percentage, 323, only 1 touchdown. They ripped us apart, though. It was really just Yassine Willis being contained on the ground. The ground game in general did not backfire. And this is not like the other games where, they only run it 6 times, 7 times. They had leads in this game. Syracuse was not forced to just throw the ball to get back into the game, the way that we've forced some other blowouts to alter our stats. The passing game was the only way they made anything happen. Amari Hatcher, I didn't even really mention him, but he was sick today. Jonte Cook was held relatively in check. 5 for 50 is really what that type of guy is going to do regardless. But Yassine Willis was amazing. That 1 touchdown pass he got, 44-yarder. Other than that, I think he was pretty well contained. And yeah, we got 4 sacks. That's also crazy. We threw it 22 times. Grayson James only had 92 yards on 14 completions. 63%, only 1 touchdown. safe to say we are not going to flip that deal breaker anytime soon. But Jordan McDonald said, who needs that guy? Obviously, we won't have Jordan McDonald next year, so we do, genius. But Detrell was also very efficient, 10 for 71. Syracuse's run defense was pathetic. We were able to take advantage. Lewis Bond still was pretty good. 7 for 41, not the greatest average, but he got his touchdown. That's what matters. Skeet was able to make a couple of good catches. I just love the run after catch that both Bond and Skeet add. I mean, most of their yards are after the catch. Just makes life easy for their QB. Klein was the only one to allow a sack. Kalenge had 2 sacks this game. Willie Malone and Crouch each had 1. Obviously, no interceptions. Blackwell had 3 TFLs. Kalenge, Martinez, and Thornton had 2. And then Malone, Crouch, McGowan, and Alexander all had 1. But there we go. I mean, that's a pretty crazy way to wrap up the year, if I do say so myself. And I'm not even going to waste any time. We're going to sim a week and see what happens. We got to commit, and it is Alex Barbosa, another elite dev player to add to the squad. And he's not the only safety that we get to commit. Tim Smith as well, and he has impact dev, but still, we very much appreciate him committing to the squad. And we're now the number 2 team in the nation. We are set to play Miami in the ACC Championship. They are the number 6 ranked team. I do think we could survive a loss in that game and potentially still walk away, meaning we could take a loss and we would be able to still retain our spot in the college football playoff. We'd obviously not have a bye, but I'm sure one loss, unless it was a huge blowout, wouldn't be that big of a deal. But Alex Barbosa has committed. That's what you love to see. Elite dev player. Connor Jefferson, unfortunately, probably not going to be on the program. We would need to throw for like 500 plus yards. I just don't think we have the receivers to do it. But who knows? You know, we're still his top option. Us and App State are the only ones to offer him a scholarship somehow. It's not going to take long for people to realize that the kid straight out of high school with 91 throw power, 85 short and medium, 88 speed, 85 excel. This guy's nasty. 1 redshirt year, and he's immediately starting. So obviously we need to get him. I don't know. I don't feel like there's really anything else I can do here. Tavares Acho ends up blocking us out. Stephen Bullock will throw a scholarship, 50 points his way. That's our Mike, so I guess we could use one more corner. I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. Maybe we can look at Donnell Baggett, but I think most of our points should be looking at outside linebackers. Jordan Kopp's the only 3-star that's not a JUCO. Any Mikes that I didn't already look at? I mean, this guy's gold. Might as well put these guys on the board too. Can't possibly hurt. We'll just scout them real quick. Decent boundary corner. Signal caller's cool too. The thumper, Tremaine Douglas, is sick. So Stephen Bullock, we are going to take the send the house off of him. I'll keep the scholarship on him. I am going to throw a scholarship at this guy. We'll throw 25 on both of them. I like that a lot. And then with these 2 guys, one of them gets a scholarship. It's definitely going to be Donnell. We'll throw him 1. So that's going to be it for recruiting for this week. And we will move it forward 1 more. Another commit, Marquise Bearden. Nice. Securing another addition to the secondary. And we're still in first on pretty much everybody. That is also good. And that brings us to Conference Championship Week against Miami. They are immensely better overall than us. I fear for this game. They've made us the number 2 team in the nation, which is crazy. Like, I get it. There's only James Madison was 11-1, Boise State's 11-1, and then it's us, Oregon, and Baylor all 11-1. You have to imagine James Madison, Boise State's schedule wasn't that hard. At first, I didn't really feel like ours was that bad. You know, starting off Army, Michigan State, Stanford. We lost to Cal, which is still crazy that that's the team that beat us. as it stands, we beat number 14 Clemson, number 12 Louisville, and number 10 Notre Dame. They would all be a lot higher in the rankings if we hadn't beaten them. So coming into this game against Miami, there's a lot on the line. Obviously, the conference championship, winning the ACC is no joke. I don't know the last time that BC was even in the conference championship game, to be honest. So that's pretty cool. You can't take stuff like that for granted. Taking a look at the college football playoff, we are slated as the number 2 seed. Miami is number 6. Theoretically, if we lose this game, we would still probably make the playoffs. But, we don't want to have to risk it, especially getting that bye. That would be nice, and being able to make college football playoff push possibly. We'll have to see. The conference championship, that will be in the next episode. I have nothing else to say to all of you other than thank you if you made it this far. I always appreciate people watching the videos. I also like interacting with you guys. Leave a comment. I'm never going to ask for a like or a subscription. I don't care. Do whatever you're going to do. But talk to me, man. I want to hear from you guys. And I mean that, really and truly. Let me know what you think about the series, what you think about the recruits, like anything. Anything you want to say at all. But other than that, that really is all I can think of to say. I will catch all of you in the next one, and until then, take care.